Hi dear students, how are you? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Professor Dr Qayum Mangi, Principal of CSS Academy, Sakar. Today's topic is very important and it is base of the international relations. And in this lecture, I will present introduction, origin of Cold War between capitalist USA and its arch enemy communist Russia in a very different way. This topic is the base of understanding of the global politics of present era, which owes its origin from the policies of confrontation of Cold War era. The results of both world wars have altered the future contour of global politics. Now let us come to our main topic. However, all are requested to subscribe my channel to comprehend global politics in a new way, not mentioned in books. Please share with your friends. Thanks from Professor Qayum Mangi, CSS Academy, Sakar. Cold War, its origin, introduction and causes. In fact, Cold War was an ideological war between communism and capitalism. Started in Europe, it was a kind of war actually started by the have-not against haves, means poor against wealthy. The origin of Cold War can be traced to the miseries of people after the start of Industrial Revolution in Europe and then in United States of America. The people were dissatisfied with the prevalent political and economic systems. The people were living under the clouds of perpetual war that culminated into the deaths of millions. Before the 1917 Communist Revolution in Russia, the communist ideology was gaining ground everywhere in the world due to adverse effects of capitalism and colonial policy. Persuaded by colonial countries of Europe, communist ideology was spreading in the world due to the irrational and suppressive imperialist policy of European imperial powers. The people of the world were brutalized by then prevalent capitalist ideology or system. The nationalist movements in all parts of the world stood against these colonial powers. The nationalist leaders and people of the world weakened the foundation or shaken the foundation of mighty European empires. The Europe was destroyed by the Germany in both world wars. Their fabric of society was degraded to the ultimate depth. The West Europe and USA, after the end of World War II, felt that China and India would fall to communist ideology and may become a formidable threat to the interests of USA, United States of America, and its allies are capitalist ideology all over the world. Their apprehension proved real and many countries adopted communist ideology in various parts of the world. The Russia was openly and fully supported these nationalist movements against capitalist ideology or capitalist countries. In simple terms, Cold War has been defined by analysts as a state of tension between countries or groups of countries in which each side adopts policies designed to strengthen it and weaken adversaries. These countries contrive to entangle opposing countries or ideology. It is short of actual war, full war. Cold War was the product of mutual antagonism between emerging ideologies. The Cold War has been a predominant factor in determining the conduct of international affairs after the Second World War. It initiated an era of neither peace nor war between capitalist and communist countries. The Cold War was rooted in ideological differences and incompatibilities. The Cold War situation was marked with indecisiveness, uncertainty, and suspicion. The Soviet Union and United States of America developed misunderstanding on various global and ideological issues. It actually started when Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of Britain, in a speech on 5th March 1946, he exhorted or advised his allies to prepare against Soviet Union, who was gaining ground in the Eastern Europe and in other parts of the world. The United States' decision in 1947 to remilitarize Greece following Britain's withdrawal from the Mediterranean Sea area. It was the culmination of estrangement of relations between Communist Soviet Union and capitalist Western powers. The United States of America and European countries were scared of growing ideology of communism in the world. The communist ideology was rapidly gaining ground everywhere in the world. Communist revolution traveled to other parts of Europe and world. The capitalist countries instilled in the minds of rulers of Muslim world that communism is a threat to Islam and succeeded in getting the support of imposed rulers of Muslim world. The capitalist countries, with the help of Islamic countries, defeated the communism or Soviet Union in Afghanistan. The communism is a reality still prevalent in the world. The success of China is glaring example of the communism. Currently, the Muslim world has realized the fact that it is not a threat to Islamic ideology. They are cooperating with Communist China and Russia against capitalism. President Eisenhower of United States of America said, "We face a hostile ideology, global in scope, aesthetic in character, ruthless in purpose, and insidious in method." To counter this threat, the United States of America embarked upon a crusade to eliminate the salient set of ideas from the globe. Consequently, the capitalist countries desired to preserve their vital interest and formed a bloc to stop the spread of communist ideology. They established North Atlantic Treaty Organization, a defensive military alliance against Soviet and Chinese communist ideology on 4th April 1949 in Washington. The combined NATO countries dined into the ears of Muslim countries, dictator that communists will sweep the Islam in future. The Western countries started propaganda that communism would engulf entire ideologies in the world. It is a grave threat to Islamic ideology. They, in order to gain support from Muslim countries, created sense of fear in the minds of Muslims through propaganda. The dictators ruled the Muslim countries. These dictators tried to gain external support to perpetuate their rule in respective countries. They found absolute moral and financial support from Western countries. These dictators collided with religious leaders to promote the fear in the minds of ignorant people. The Muslim dictators sided with the capitalist countries to save and preserve their dictatorship. The capitalist countries with the dictators of Muslim countries eventually defeated and buried Russian communism in Afghanistan. Now these NATO countries are trying to defeat China. The Muslim countries and people realize the truth, and now they are not supporting capitalist countries against China. Now the Islamic ideology is gaining ground in Europe and North America. These people are converting to Islam. They are fighting with Russia and Ukraine over NATO expansion towards east. Wish you good luck. Take care of yourself and others. In next lecture, I will reveal the causes of Cold War in a different way. Thank you. Wish you good luck.